हेलो फ्रेंड्स, स्वागत है आपका आज की इंटरेस्टिंग रिएक्शन वीडियो में।
Celebrate the world's most populous democracy. Experience the journey of independent India. Meet the architects of the country through the decades. Let's explore the legacies of India's prime ministers. The Pradhan Mantri Sangrahalaya is an endeavor by Prime Minister Narendra Modi aimed at inspiring the younger generations. The one-of-a-kind museum is located in Teen Murti Bhavan in central Delhi. It has opened its doors to the public only recently. The museum is split into two parts, the Teen Murti Bhavan heritage building that was once the house of Jawaharlal Nehru and a newly constructed building that houses many exhibits and interactive experience zones. This museum consists of two parts. One is in the heritage building behind me and the other wing is in the newly constructed building right over here. Now, this has just opened to the public last month and we are here to explore all the exciting tech behind the exhibits at the museum. Let's take a look. We are here to meet Saurav Baik, the CEO of Tagbin, which is one of the companies that developed the exhibits at this museum. Saurav.
Welcome, Johan. Welcome to Pradhan Mantri Sangrahalaya.
So you're the man behind this entire...
There's an entire team, yes. Our company was responsible for the design and technology of this project. Otherwise, there were almost 500 people who have worked on this project.
So there's a lot of people involved in this, and there's a lot of moving parts in this museum. What are we looking at here?
What you see is a national emblem.
That's levitating in the air.
Yes, exactly. This is a work of art and technology. The way it works is that it has two electromagnets and they are synchronized in such a manner that it never goes out of its field.
The levitating national emblem makes for a striking first impression. The cool technology has been used all over the museum. Just beyond the kinetic flags, there is a mysterious exhibit. It's called Time Machine. Here visitors get to relive the past. You can see India change before your eyes. In this room there are 9 4K laser projectors. They create a nearly 360-degree field of view. The display showcases many defining moments in the country's history. Next up is the engagement zone. For most visitors, this is perhaps the most exciting part of the museum. I take it this is one of the more popular exhibits.
This is a place where a visitor can click a picture with any prime minister of his choice. The setup is designed as if this is like a meeting room of a prime minister's office. We see a picture of prime minister in such kind of an environment.
Can I try with Modi?
Yes, we will do that for you.
Is he the most popular as well?
I think 95% of the visitors prefer Prime Minister Modi.
But he's also the current one, so it makes this photo like the most believable, I think. Also.
Exactly, that's also the reason behind it. I'm going to choose Narendra Modi. You have to look at the camera. Okay. Yes, you are at the right angle. So 3, 2, 1. And here is your picture. You can come and see it.
Oh, that is brilliant.
So you can share it. What's your email?
All right.
It is in your email ID
That's
now.
all automated. This is one of the several interesting exhibits in the experience zone. You can also wander about and greet your favorite Indian Prime Minister. The video will be emailed to you. In another exhibit, you can hold hands virtually with a chain of people. You can also end up on the Wall of Unity while holding hands with other visitors. Receive a handwritten letter from your favorite Prime Minister.
The way we have done, we have actually digged out letters, handwritten letters, and have done a machine learning and image processing on top of it. And then on the basis of that, we have understood the way they write. And then it will write a customized message for you, and then it will be a signed signature. Which Prime Minister you want to try?
I'm going with Modi here as well.
Again, okay. It will write your name in the handwriting of Prime Minister Modi. It's the same handwriting like, of Prime Minister.
That's quite something.
And then it will sign in the bottom.
In total, they had around 200 letters from each Prime Minister.
This is how it is. You can see it, your name and the signature of Prime Minister.
I feel like I should not damage this document.
You can frame it and you can, keep it safe with you.
Do you have a framing service also?
Not currently, but we would have it in the future.
Very precious.
Yeah.
In another exhibit in the Experience Zone, you can color a rocket that can be scanned into a computer. Visitors can see the rocket take off from Earth on India's missions to space. And this is not the only exhibit that is focused on India's future.
So this zone is called a helicopter zone. Here what we are doing is basically we are taking visitor to the future of India. So we will fly across different iconic projects which will be completed in future, and whenever the visitor sits here, it takes them to the right into the future. We have a kinetic system on which this basically the whole system moves, and the videos are actually synced with the motion of this helicopter ride.
Right.
So do you want to go on a ride?
Yeah, let's fly away.
Okay, let's start, and we will turn off the lights and let's start.
While most museums are focused on the past, at the Pradhan Mantri Sangrahalaya, the visitor can get an insight into India's tomorrow, and even contribute towards a vision of where India will be after 100 years of gaining independence.
So what do we have here? Write your vision for India 2047.
So this particular exhibit is about where visitor can come in and they can write their vision for India in 2047 when India will complete the 100 years of its independence. The way this works is that any visitor can come in, click their picture, write their name and give a message how they perceive that India will be in 2047. And what we are doing here is that we are collecting all the feedbacks and doing again machine learning on it and giving it to the Prime Minister's office that this is the vision want of the people of India, that this is what they want you to do. So this kind of become a kind of a tool for a policy making because we will be collecting lots of feedback here. So let's do it. In India, if I'll write this,
right, like
this
for
will,
the pharma industry to boom.
This will pick up the pharma thing.
Okay.
And then we submit it.
All right.
It will automatically come here.
Oh,
so for example, we are doing a machine learning on the text part of it, and then finding out the most repeated kind of suggestions, and then creating a chart and bar graph that this is what people are asking about.
Until now, over 60,000 inputs have been given by visitors to the museum. They plan to submit the findings to the Prime Minister's office after getting around 100,000 suggestions. Saurav also shows me the exhibit for the Pokhran nuclear test. The room has been set up like a control room. When the explosion happens, the entire platform that we stand on starts shaking. There are so many exhibits and activities. I'm curious about the back-end operations. How do they ensure that all the exhibits stay online at all times?
So this is the back end of how all this comes together, huh?
This is the control room where we control all the devices. What we have here is the content upload. That means we pick up any exhibit, and if you wanted to change the video, we can simply drag and drop here, and the change will get reflected in that particular exhibit. So entire museum is on a single network, and it has a IoT devices which basically tells the temperature of it, the CPU usage of it, and also the status of it, and that is what is being shown here. I'll give you one of those audio guides. This is for you. You can take it. We have a headphone along with them. So you can, experience the museum on your own.
All right. Well, thank you so much for the tour. It's been an absolute pleasure to see the museum. I'll just check out the rest of the exhibits on my own.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Thank you.
This audio guide is more advanced than what I've seen in other museums around the world. Here the guide is synced with your movement inside the museum, and it plays the right explainer when you reach the exhibit. Currently, you can select either of the two languages, English or Hindi, but there are plans to add 6 international and 22 Indian languages to the system in the coming months. After a long but rewarding day at the museum, it is time to leave the Pradhan Mantri Sangrahalaya. To sum up my experience, the exhibits are world-class. I've got a crash course in India's fascinating history and its inspiring premieres, past and present.
ये म्यूजियम नहीं था, जादू नगरी थी, और ये न्यू दिल्ली में 3 मूर्ति भवन के पास बनाई गई है। और 3 मूर्ति भवन इंडिया के पहले प्रधानमंत्री जवाहरलाल नेहरू की रिहाइशगाह थी, और जवाहरलाल नेहरू अपने आखिरी वक्त तक इसी जगह पर रहे थे। आज इस इमारत के अंदर भी जवाहरलाल नेहरू की काफ़ी याददाश्त मिलती है। खैर, अब हम म्यूजियम में चलते हैं, जो बिल्कुल एक हैरान कर देने वाली दुनिया है। सब पे एक एक करके बात करते हैं। पहले नंबर पे था हैरान कर देने वाला 4 शेरों का कौमी निशान। लेकिन हैरानगी इस बात से नहीं थी कि उस निशान में 4 शेर क्यों हैं, हैरानगी इस बात से थी कि वो 4 शेर ना तो हवा में थे और ना ज़मीन पे, यानी कि उन्हें इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेटिक टेक्नोलॉजी इस्तेमाल करते हुए बिल्कुल हवा में बनाया गया था। ये सच में हैरान कर देने वाला है। इसके बाद टाइम मशीन ने तो बिल्कुल अकल की हद ही ख़त्म कर दी कि पहले हम अजायब घर यानी म्यूजियम में जाते थे तो हम दीवारों पर तस्वीरें लगी देखते थे, लेकिन यहाँ पर ऐसा क्या सीन बना दिया है कि बिल्कुल हमें ऐसा लगेगा कि जैसे हम पास्ट में, माजी में वापस जा चुके हैं और इंडिया की पूरी आज़ादी से लेकर, उसकी तहरीक से लेकर आज तक के सारे वाक़यात को दिखाया जाएगा और बिल्कुल ऐसा लगेगा जैसा कि हम पिछले वक्त में वापस जा चुके हैं। अपनी पसंद के पीएम के साथ आपकी तस्वीर, पीएम को चाहे पसंद हो ना हो, लेकिन इस म्यूजियम में आपको अपनी पसंद के पीएम के साथ तस्वीर बनाने का मौका मिलेगा। वीडियो ऑनर ने भी नरेंद्र मोदी के साथ तस्वीर बनाई है और वो कह रहे थे कि 95% लोग आजकल नरेंद्र मोदी जी के साथ ही तस्वीर बना रहे हैं। शायद इसकी वजह ये भी है कि वो करंट वजीर आजम है, यानी कि मौजूदा वजीर आजम है, और इसके साथ साथ वीडियो भी बनाई जा सकती है। अपनी पसंद के वजीर आजम के साथ आप वीडियो बना सकते हैं, चाहे वजीर आजम को कोई पसंद आए ना आए, लेकिन इस वीडियो में उन्हें आपके साथ चलना पड़ेगा। ये सच में हैरान कर देने वाला है और बहुत बहुत दिलचस्प है। इसके साथ साथ जो एक हेलीकॉप्टर पे सैर थी, उसने तो बिल्कुल हैरान करके रख दिया कि किस तरह वो आपको आने वाले वक्त में ले जाएगा और इंडिया के मेगा प्रोजेक्ट जो इस वक्त जारी हैं वो दिखाए गए और बिल्कुल एक ऐसा एहसास हो रहा था जैसे एक जादुई दुनिया है। और चनाब ब्रिज जो दुनिया का सबसे ऊंचा ब्रिज है, उसके ऊपर तो रेल भी चलती हुई दिखाई जा रही थी। ये सच में हैरान कर देने वाला था। और जो वजीर आजम के दस्तखत और वजीर आजम की अपनी राइटिंग में जो एक लेटर मिलेगा, वो भी सच में बहुत बहुत अमेजिंग बात है। वीडियो ऑनर ने भी नरेंद्र मोदी जी की हैंड राइटिंग के साथ उस सर्टिफिकेट को, उस पर्ते को लेना पसंद किया। शायद वीडियो ऑनर का ख्याल था कि आने वाले वक्तों में ये उनके किसी काम आ जाएगा, लेकिन ये सच में बिल्कुल हैरान कर देने वाली है। एक रिमोट की मदद से, एक रोबोट की मदद से, एक टेक्नोलॉजी की मदद से किसी भी वजीर आजम की हैंड राइटिंग से लिखी हुई दरखास्त आपके हाथ में आ जाएगी। ये सच में हैरान कर देने वाला है। और आखिर में था लोगों की फीडबैक के 2047 तक, 2047 तक यानी पार्टीशन के 100 साल के बाद आप इंडिया को कैसा देखना चाहते हैं। हर शख्स को ये आज़ादी है कि वो अपनी राय दे और ये ज़्यादातर राय मशीन लैंग्वेज के ज़रिए बाद में इनको समझा जाएगा और फिर इसमें से जो बात सबसे ज़्यादा कही जा रही होगी वो बात वजीर आजम ऑफिस तक पहुंचा दी जाएगी कि अवाम, इंडिया की जनता 2047 में अपने देश को कहां पर देखना चाहती है। ये एक बहुत सुनहरी मौका है अवाम को हुकूमत के साथ जोड़ने का। सिर्फ 100 रुपए में ये सारी सहूलतें मिले, ये सारे मजे मिले, फिर तो बहुत अच्छी बात है। और अगर हर चीज के लिए अलग से पैसे देने पड़े फिर थोड़ा सा महंगा हो जाएगा। लेकिन ये सच में एक जादुई दुनिया है। फेसबुक ने तो पता नहीं मेटावर्स कब बनाना है कब नहीं बनाना, लेकिन इंडिया ने प्रधानमंत्री संग्रहालय बनाकर सच में दुनिया को हैरान कर दिया है। बहुत ज़बरदस्त था। सजेशन करने वालों का बहुत ज़्यादा शुक्रिया। अगर वो ये सजेस्ट ना करते तो हम भी इंडिया के इस अमेजिंग किस्म के अजायब घर म्यूजियम यानी संग्रहालय को कभी भी ना देख पाते। आपके कीमती वक्त का शुक्रिया। अगर आप भी किसी वीडियो पर रिएक्शन चाहते हैं तो अपनी कीमती राय कमेंट बॉक्स में जरूर दीजिएगा। इस वीडियो को कीमती समय देने के लिए बहुत सारा धन्यवाद।